Peace, peace. Hey, what's going on, guys? I just want to touch on this topic that's been in my brain for the last couple of days. Actually, I wouldn't say last couple of days. This topic's probably been rattling around in my head for like a long time. Maybe like a few months, or maybe close to a year, probably. It's a topic that's not really discussed on YouTube, and it's kind of I can't really find this particular topic anywhere online. But it's weird, but best way I can put into words is traditionalism versus creativity, and how traditionalists, conservatives, the Christian right, or whatever you want to call it, that the reason why the traditionalist or the moralist or whatever you want to call it, the reason why those people failed or lost the culture war is because they're not innovative and creative. The reason why I say that because from my personal experience, I'm sure there's like a lot of exceptions to the rule. I'm not denying that, but from my personal experience, especially dealing with my old social circle when I was involved with like the Black Power movement, the Black Conscious movement. I was involved with the poets, the musicians, the pro-blacks, black Muslims, five percenters, Rastas. Their whole creativity, and I knew people I knew people who could paint. I knew a lot of rappers, people like that. I was involved in that social circle for like a while, and they were very creative. You know what I'm saying, and I learned a lot from them. You know what I'm saying? And I would never get rid of the good things that I learned from that social circle. Especially like dealing with health, fasting. A lot of them were vegan. I'm not a vegan, but I learned a lot from them dealing with fasting, cleansing. Learned a lot about spirituality, meditation, breathing techniques, stuff like that. So I'm not denying the good things I learned from that social circle. But one thing about that social circle is that they weren't practical. None of them got married. Most of them never got married. Most of them were single all the time. Most of them were unemployed. Most of them they still living with their mama, still sleep on their cousin's couch and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Even though they had a lot of knowledge, book wise and spiritual wise, when it came down to like finance and basic adult stuff in general, they kind of like fell flat in that, what I'm saying? So that's pretty much one of the reasons why I had to get rid of, not get rid of, but I had to like leave that social circle and everything. And when I left that social circle, I was kind of like a limbo, and I'm still am in limbo because it's just like a couple years ago, I just came to a point in my life. I'm like, I'm a grown person now. I know more about how the world functions. You know what I'm saying? I know how the banking system works. I know how the job market works. Obey the laws. I know the importance of obeying the law. I respect the police because I have friends who are police officers and stuff like that. So I pretty much came to that adult mindset of just being mature. But my old social circle were not on my level, so I had to back out. For lack of a better word. You know what I'm saying? So I just had find myself like a new social circle. It was kind of hard to find, and I started like going back to hang around Christians again because 99% of people are Christian, in America. You know what I'm saying? 1% are conscious or woke. The rest of them are just normies, you know what I'm saying? So I went to different events, you know what I'm saying? Even some church functions and church events and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm still not a believer, but still I just wanted to be around like decent people, you know what I'm saying? Decent people who are family oriented. And when I did, I mean they're good people, you know what I'm saying? They're grounded, down to earth, pleasant people. You know what I'm saying? But when it came down to like, things deal with intellect or music or creativity and stuff like that, they fell flat on that. You know what I'm saying? Case in point, you know what I'm saying, I was eating out with this Christian guy, good family guy. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's a brother, you know what I'm saying? He had a white wife, you know what I'm saying? But he was like very, you know, say very what word I'm looking for? He was very you know, he's a school teacher, you know what I'm saying? He dressed nice, you know what I'm saying? You know, with the Bill Cosby sweaters, you know what I'm saying? He wore a suit and tie to school. You know what I'm saying? He was that kind of person. You know, so I won't say like a Carson Banks type, but he's more like a Brian Gumble type, for like a better word, you know what I'm saying? That kind of black person, you know what I'm saying? And you know, he was a good guy, you know what I'm saying? We had a good conversation, you know what I'm saying? And but when it came down to like the stuff I was into, because I brought up the topic of movies and comic books and Star Wars and Star Trek, you know, stuff I love. And he was like, this guy literally said, I don't like movies. I don't watch movies. I was like, what? You don't like movies? You know what I'm saying? I mean, how can you not like, you know, movies? I was like, and I asked him, what kind of movies do you like? And he's like, nah, I don't watch anything. I don't like movies. I was like, okay. I mean, what do you like? You know what I'm saying? I never heard a person in my life who said they didn't like movies. I mean, I've heard people say they may not like a particular genre of movies, but he said he just like, he doesn't watch movies, period. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my God. And then later when I went on his Twitter feed, you know what I'm saying, it was nothing but church and Christian stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stuff dealing with God and the Bible and Bible study. There's nothing wrong with that. But there was nothing outside of that. You know, there was nothing original about his Twitter feed, about his mindset. There was nothing original about his thought process. And when I really sat back and thought about it, I mean, this is a decent guy, family guy, got kids, you know what I'm saying, got his priorities straight, you know, works a full-time job, involved in the church, you know what I'm saying, but what came down to like anything dealing with aesthetic, dealing with art, creativity, anything, he just nothing. It's like zero zip. You know what I'm saying? And I, and when I saw that, I was like, hey, you know, that's probably like the reason why, you know, conservatives lost the culture war, because it's this false notion that a lot of people have in society was you had to be like either or. Everything's so binary. It's like if you're into this, you can't be that, and if you're that, you can't be into this. You know what I'm saying? So you can't. It's kind of like you know how like they used to say like love me for my mind. Or, would you date a ugly girl? I mean, would you date like a pretty girl or a smart girl? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And it does make a sense because they're implying that you can't be beautiful and smart at the same time, or that what I'm saying, that if you're ugly or fat, you're automatically smart or something like that. I don't like that binary mindset, and I think a lot of traditionalists, like conservatives, still have that mindset of you gotta be either or. You know what I'm saying? So if you're Christian, if you go to church, or you can't listen to rock music, or you can't listen to rap music. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then when I observed a lot of Christians, a lot of them are like that. Most of them are like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like they have no. It's like they're not living. I mean, they're living, but they can't think outside the box. You know, you know what I'm saying? So it's just something I just observed what I'm seeing now, and that's reason why I'm still in limbo. Because I'm a practical person. I work a full time job. I pay my bills and all this kind of stuff. But I still like Tool. I still listen to heavy metal. I still listen to old school hip hop. I still like Japanese anime. You know, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So I can't like cleanse that out of my system. You know what I'm saying? So because that's pretty much the foundation of who I am as a human being. You know what I'm saying? So if I like the new Tool album, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, that doesn't mean that I'm a bad person. That if I like Tool, or if I like old school NWA, you know what I'm saying? I like old school hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. If I've listened to like Metallica, or if I listen to Snoop Dogg or Dr. Dre, whatever. You know what I'm saying? If I like that music, that doesn't automatically equate that I'm a bad person. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being myself, because that's pretty much who I am as an individual. Even when I was into the whole pro-black stuff, you know what I'm saying, I still carry elements of that under my belt, because that's my personal experience as a human being. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna like expunge that, cleanse it out, and be like this stiff neck, suit and tie wearing, the Carlton Banks type person with no soul. You know what I'm saying? So I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm just rambling right now. I'm not really going anywhere with this. I'm just ranting right now. You know what I'm saying? This rant is probably like longer than the ones I usually put out. But it's just I just want to share my observation. What I've seen and what I've experienced. Okay, and when you get a chance, just click on my other links, my other videos, and everything. If you want to like add some input, just comment below. And as always, peace out.